Hello and welcome back to the 10th video of the JavaFx application, and yeah, I'm celebrating my 10th video. Um, if you do look at my code here, we did a bit of changes in the previous video which I called housekeeping. If you are an experienced coder, you should not have to go and look at the other video, but if you want to and comment on my video, please do so. If you're a beginner, you might wonder what happened to the code, why is it all looking different? Well, I've just reorganized it, and I did make a video of how I did that, because I also know that, from videos that I've watched, if I went back to somebody's code and it changed when I was inexperienced coder, it was very difficult to follow. This should be a little bit easier to follow though, as I've sorted it out, and if you struggle to see what's where, please see the previous video. Otherwise, I did not test this in the previous video, so I'm going to test it now. I'm just going to run the application. And there we go. It all seems to work properly. There's our GridPane still. And in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to style and work a bit with the calendar, so the GridPane, so that it starts looking more like a calendar. So first of all, we're going to look at, let me just start that again. We're going to look at the GridPane. And if you think about a calendar, we've got 7 days. So we want to have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday up to Sunday at the top line. And then we want to have our dates displayed in the rest. So I'm going to do that now inside the for loop, and I will use the style sheet to style it a bit, and I'm going to use labels instead of text. So there will be quite a bit of changes to the code as of today. So we're going to go straight into our for loop, and here in our nested for loop we're going to create an if statement, because we want to check if our first row, which is J, is equal to 0, because in that row we want to have all the days appearing. Yeah, so we want to have all the days of the week appearing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a label, because I'm going to use a label instead of text, and I'm going to call it day label, and it's going to be a new label, just so it creates a new label every time we J is equal to 0, and we're going to run through the I item as well. So oops, I should not have right clicked, I should just hover over, and we're just going to import the JavaFx scene label. So there we go, we've got our label created. Then what we're going to do is we're going to create a switch statement. Sorry, it needs to be switch, and it's going to take in the the J element. No, sorry, it's going to take in the I element, because that's the amount of columns. Okay, so the switch statement is basically another way of going through a lot of if statements. So it is just basically another way of laying out some if statements. So the switch statement, what we're going to do is we're going to say case I equals 0, that's the first column. Then let's just create all the case statements. So then we're going to say break, like so, and then case 1, yep, we're going to break, break, so that breaks. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 1 for every day of the week. So this has got to be 2. So if I is 2 in the second column, if I is the third column, if I is the fourth column, if I is fifth column, and if I is sixth column. Okay, and then for every one of these we're going to say day label dot set text, and today, the first one, I want to have Monday, so I'm just using the first 3 letters because it's a bit easier to sort of like manage the labels if it's just small for now. So I'm just going to copy that, Control C, and I'm going to paste it in every statement before the break because we do want it to break if it is that, and then cycle through. Oh no, that's right. So it's still saying Monday, but I'm just going to go ahead and change it because I don't want them all to say Monday. So I want that to say Tuesday. This will say Wednesday. This will say Thursday. And then of course Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that's that bit done. Then inside here, no, outside there, we want to say, well, what I'm going to do is, so if j is 0, do this, else. So I'm going to put an else statement in here because we want everything else to happen. So we cut that out and we put it inside our else statement because now it's going to look for that, and if it's not that, then do this. So we can go and have a look at what is happening now. So if we do run the code and we start the code, nothing is happening because I did not set the text. No, I did not set the text. So there we go. And we're going to say the GP calendar. I mean, not text, the label. It was text before. And we say dot add node day label. I is the column, J is the row. And so if we run that now, then you should see that we've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Good. And then all the rest is still happening like it should be happening, and that's exactly what we wanted to have. So I'm just going to create a label now instead of the else here. The text and in the else statement, I'm going to just create a label because I want to use a label as well, and I'm going to call this date label because we already got a day label for the days. Now we're just going to have one for the date, and I've got to say, sorry, I'm talking too much, equals new label, like so. And then we're going to take the date label. I mean, we can just put the text straight in, but I want to set the text, so date label dot set text, and I'm just gonna copy this text that we had just to keep it all the same for now, which is Control C, and I'm gonna paste it in there, and then I'm just gonna uncomment this line for now, which is Control /, and then we need to set the label inside the calendar. So instead of the date, it now has to be the date label, like so. So now everything should still look the same. Very good. There we go. So that all looks the same. Brilliant. So I'm just going to stop this video here for now because otherwise it's going to get too long. But in my next video, I'm going to style the calendar and the labels so it starts to look more like a calendar. So that'll be the second stage. I hope this was useful. I hope you enjoy your coding, and yeah, happy coding.